Today we've been talking about myth versus reality, and the reality is that nearly 30 million Americans suffer from migraine headaches. And Dr. Frida Lewis-Hall, the Chief Medical Officer of Pfizer, is back with some tips for anyone out there who may be affected. So let's start with this. Myth or reality? Can flickering lights from your TV trigger a migraine?
Wow.
Only a handful are saying myth. It's reality. Flickering lights from your TV can indeed act as a migraine trigger.
It can. And here's another reality about headaches. Headaches come in many different sizes and types. So there are many types of headaches. Most people don't think about that. When they have a headache, they're just reaching for something for relief. But it's really important, if you have frequent headaches, to understand that it may be a sign of an underlying health issue that needs to be checked out. And you want to make sure that you understand the characteristics of the headache so that you can explain both the symptoms and the circumstances of the headache to your doctor. Now, one of the types of headaches that really calls for medical attention is migraine. It's a specific kind of headache, and it has unique symptoms.
And you raise a good point, because you don't just say, oh, I have a headache, it means I have migraine headaches. Let's talk about what happens when you have a migraine headache. So, typical migraine. And again, it's really only typical for you, the individual, but very often you'll have a throbbing pain. It can be on one side of your head, and it's often associated with numerous symptoms. Nausea, vomiting. These symptoms can last from a few hours to even a few days. Difficulty concentrating. Lights and noises can make your headache worse. Now, sometimes you'll get these things called auras before you get your headache. This is a visual aura that you're seeing here, and you could have something like this. Some people even see little sickle shapes, and these are typically signals that the headache is about to come on. It's certainly not the same for everyone. Auras, in some cases, can affect people's motor skills, speech, even sensory input. And we did have a viewer reach out to us wondering if he may be suffering from migraines.
Hi doctors, my name is Jared and I'm a sous chef with a private catering company, and I get headaches all the time. I get called to work at various times. Sometimes it can be in the morning, sometimes from 5 in the evening to midnight. I have irregular sleeping patterns. I don't really ever know when I'm gonna get a good night's rest. I'm always waking up or trying to make myself fall asleep. I was wondering if irregular sleeping patterns can cause migraines.
And Jarrett joins us today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Very good question.
Hi, Jared. Welcome. And you are right. Irregular sleep patterns can be a trigger for migraines. But I want you to know that there are many other possibilities. And triggers may differ from person to person, and one person may not have just one trigger. They can come in combination.
And Jarrett, we actually had you send us a picture of your bedroom to see if there were any potential migraine triggers. So we're going to play a game of Find the Triggers.
Okay, Jared. Well, finding the trigger was a little bit easy on the first run because alcohol can actually be a trigger. And red wine in particular can be a trigger. And there is some red wine right there. I also see a cup of coffee here and a wrapper from a chocolate bar. And as much as we love our coffee and our chocolate, overuse of caffeine and chocolate can be triggers for migraines as well.
These could potentially be triggers, but also what you smell. And you're someone who works in a kitchen, you're around a lot of different smells. So these can all be triggers. So if you're a chef out there, like Jared, you have to think about smells.
Absolutely. And here are two for you, Jared. One is your cologne, and the other one is a candle. So there are two triggers right there. And one that we don't see in this picture that is a frequent trigger are cleaning products.
I have to say, though, I like the fact that, you got your cologne, you got your candles, it's like bottle of red wine.
The chocolate. Okay, Jared, okay.
So now that we know a few of the common triggers out there, here's the key. At home, you need to be proactive. Jerry, do the same thing. You want to document when your headaches occur. So you keep a diary of your triggers. Part of the diary is going to say, when did my headache start? How long did it last? What was I doing before the headache came on? Then you can take that information and share it with your physician.
Absolutely, really important. And if you want more information about migraines, go to gethealthystayhealthy.com.
Jared, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Dr. Lewis Hall, thank you as well. And you can also visit thedoctorstv.com for more information. Before we go to break, here's an easy weight loss tip to help you get fit for the new year.
Check 1, 2. Hey doctors, Mandisa here. You know, I travel a lot, and one of the most difficult things is during mealtime. My advice, skip the carbs, go for the vegetables and the protein. And if you absolutely have to have a dessert, grab a piece of fruit or maybe some yogurt and put some blueberries on top. So good.